YouTube family and friends, and welcome back to my channel. I just want to say thank you to all my subscribers, to my fan base, to my friends, to my Facebook supporters, to my Instagram supporters, to my YouTube family and friends. Welcome to the Our Children Matter Corporation channel. Welcome back. It's your boy Ant. We get ready to discuss some more things and topics this week that we are going to discuss. I just wanted to also let y'all know that I will be dropping a video tomorrow. I'll be dropping 2 videos tomorrow. It's a 2-video special. One on the presidential election, which is tomorrow. Tomorrow is our last day to vote. If you have not voted yet, go out and vote, vote, vote. Your vote counts and your vote matters for this country. So go out and vote. Number 2, the second video that we're going to come tomorrow will be, we are going to help some kids in 3 different communities. I want to help 3 different kids this winter. I want to have a hat, glove, and coat drive this winter for our students that are in need of coats, hats, and gloves and scarves, because it's getting cold out. And I want to bring that initiative to your attention as well today. So today's video and today's topic we're going to talk about is, we are going to talk about suicide and what this is going to entail. This is going to entail everything about me. This video today is all about me. I'm pouring out my heart to you guys today, and I just want to tell you that there are some things that you can overcome by yourself, and sometimes you are going to have to learn how to bring yourself to peace and ask God for peace. Your innermost being, your innermost self, the state that you rarely think about. So this video, please share it. Please, 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 please share, subscribe to my channel. There are going to be more and different topics that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about suicide today. We're going to talk about suicide, and I'm going to get a little personal with suicide. We're going to talk about pornography, and we're going to talk about depression. Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about is the suicide. So just a little bit of a statistics before we get into the topics. Depression and anxiety are at epidemic stages in North America, which has led to a suicide crisis. There are a lot of things that kill people: cancer, car accidents, drug overdoses. But did you know that suicide has the second highest cause of death in the United States? Suicide. It's right behind heart disease. The last count for suicide was 42,000 people in 2014. Every year, about 2% of our population hope that death is better than life, and they decide to find out. Those numbers are crushing, and year by year, the numbers go up. That is very, very sad. So, with suicide, there is a lot to suicide. Suicide is very detrimental to your health. Suicide is a very serious thing. And I, Anthony Janey, has went through suicide more than once. I went through suicide more than once. So with that being said, when you're dealing with suicide, you're dealing with anxiety, you're dealing with depression, you're dealing with loneliness, you're dealing with struggles that nobody in your family might know about. You're dealing with isolation, you're dealing with fear, you're dealing with pain, you're dealing with misguided expectations of yourself. Why do we go through the things that we go through? Why? Why do we bring stress upon ourselves when we don't have to feel stress? When we don't have to feel worried? When we don't have to feel isolated? And when we feel talked about, when we feel abused, when we feel verbally abusive, when we feel physically abused, when we're sexually abused, when we're miseducated, misguided, misled, mishandled, mistaken for something that we're not. I can honestly tell you that I have dealt with all of these things through my life and down through the years, that I am on a spiritual journey right now. I want to go inside of myself and look at my soul and ask God, if there's anything in this soul that you don't like or that is not of you, please take it out. I know all of you are going through the pandemic. All of you are going through suffering. All of you are going through hate. All of you are going through pain. All of you are going through... Please share this live, by the way. Please share it. Please, I need my views. I need everybody to listen to me, and I need everybody to watch this. There is something on the rise that we don't know about. Many of you are dealing with so many different terms of turmoil, chaos, catastrophes, triumphs, failures. And what we're going through right now, nobody knows how we're going to get out of this. One thing I do know is that we have God. And God, for me, He's been silent for a long time. God has been silent on a lot of things in this nation. And a lot of things that have been happening that He has not been pleased with for a very, very, very long time. I don't know what God plans to do in these next few months. But I can tell you, my spirit is saying, watch. Watch and prepare. Prepare and watch. Prepare. It's time to prepare. Everybody should have been preparing. If you have not been preparing, I guess some of you are asking, well, Anthony, what are we preparing for? You are preparing for the unknown. You are preparing yourself for the things that are to come. Some, it might be good, some, it might be bad. You never know. But in spite of all that, when was the last time you really took a look at yourself in the mirror and you said, you know what, I gotta change? Don't wait until the new year. We always make New Year's resolutions and we always go about doing things the normal way. We go back to some old things that we thought that we were going to turn away from doing, and we just go back to doing to the same thing. From this day forward, I can tell you that it has been one of the most hardest temptations of my life to get rid of my porn addiction. I overcame suicide. And I talked a little bit about my suicide situation back in May when I was doing the mental health conference in the summer of this year. I did a health conference on Facebook this past summer that got a lot of views. When you're dealing with pornography, pornography is an addiction. An addiction is attached to pornography, I should say. And I still don't know how to overcome it. It's been hard. It's been rough. It goes on every day. Sometimes you just got to admit to yourself that things are going on and things are happening that you don't really understand. And sometimes that puts you in a position to where you don't really know yourself, but you know that something is ahead that you think is going to better you, but it's not. Which is to say, the more you watch pornography, the harder it is to find happiness outside of pornography. Over time, it becomes harder and harder to find happiness, and it gets harder and harder to find happiness in other areas of life. I don't know who needs to hear this, but pornography does not bring you happiness. It doesn't bring you happiness. When you're in front of, whether you watch it on TV or whether you watch it on your cell phone, that doesn't bring you happiness. It makes it gets into your mind. It gets into your physical self. It takes over your body. It makes you lose so much energy out of your body. It takes energy out of your body. One thing that I can say that it's a process. It's a process that you have to go through. It's a process that I have not been able to get a grips of in a long time. But today I have made the choice to stop. Today I have made the choice to stop. Pornography has not brought me it has consumed the love part of my life. That love, it has filled the love part of my life. But it hasn't made me happy. It hasn't made me happy. It has not opened doors for me for my love life. As a matter of fact, it has made me toxic of relationships. Relationships can sometimes be troubling. Relationships can sometimes be harmful to your spirit. Because remember what I said when, I don't remember if anybody remembers this, but I talked about on my Facebook Live 3 months ago about connecting with people in relationships and how your soul tie is connected to that person. When you fall in love with a person, you fall in love with their demons. You fall in love with their trials. You fall in love with their tribulations. You fall in love with their problems. You fall in love with their depression. If they're going through suicide, you fall in love with their suicide. You fall in love with their self-worth, with their self-entitlement, with their pride. All of that comes into play. All of that has definitely played a part in the connection with the other person in your life that you're in love with. And don't get me started on the marriage, because the marriage is a whole nother baggage that you have to take on. Not only are you carrying the baggage of your husband, you're carrying the baggage of yourself too. And now once you become one, all that baggage and all that energy becomes one. It becomes one spirit. The hate, the justification, the physical abuse, the sexual abuse, the hurt, the depression, the headaches, the anger, the jealousy, the pride, building yourself up on money when you don't need to, all of that takes effect on you and the person that you're in love with. All of that comes into play. All of that. And one thing that I can say about pornography hijacks the pleasure center of your brain. It floods the neural network with dopamine. The more you watch pornography, the harder it is to find happiness outside of pornography. You're never going to be happy. And I can tell you I've watched porn for years. I'm talking years. Before I even was a teenager. I'm talking about when I was a child, I started watching it. I can admit that. I'm telling the truth today. And I have not been happy for a very, very long time. It has brought me sadness. It has brought me thoughts that I have never thought that I would even think about. That's why you have to be careful with some of the things that you do, some of the things that you say, some of the things that enter your mind, because your mind needs to be renewed and stayed on Jesus all the time. It's never a dull moment with the enemy. The enemy will always come in and have the enemy gain strength. If you watch pornography, the enemy will get that demon that you're fighting, that enemy that you feel that's tugging on your soul, you're fighting that demon. You're fighting the temptation. You're fighting the resistance of it. You're fighting everything in your body to say no. That's what I'm going through now. I have to deny myself. I have to tell myself no. The thoughts, no. the anticipation of it, the preparedness. My brain had already been prepared to be like, okay, are you going to jack off today? No, no. You got to get that out of your mind. You got to renew your mind. You got to cleanse your mind. You got to say no. And you ultimately have to admit it to God. You have to say, Lord, please forgive me for this. Please forgive me for this sin, because this sin that let's see what the connection is between mental health and pornography really quickly. I'm going to give you 5 ways a porn habit can harm your mental health. 5 ways a porn habit can harm your mental health. Let's see. Those 5 ways. Let's see. There are 5 ways a porn habit can harm your mental health. It says, porn is a widely accepted as normal habit or a go-to for passing time, but what isn't as widely known are the negative effects that result from the isolating habit. It's an isolating habit. You stay away, you go to it. Loneliness, incompleteness, loss of interest in the things once loved, or feeling generally hopeless. Pornography behaves like an addictive substance by temporarily masking feelings of pain, loneliness, even depression, while also making the same problems much worse in the long term. This should come even depression while also making the same problems much worse in the long term. This should come to no surprise, since other self-medicating substances can also fuel or lead to depression, which can make it difficult to see which comes first, pornography or feeling down. Wow, that's something to really think about. It says when pornography promises instant gratification, because you're instantly satisfying yourself, you're instantly giving up that energy, that stored energy that you have, and giving it up to an addictive substance that you really just don't need. It's hard to keep the big picture in mind, but keep fighting and opt for alternative ways to pull yourself, like joining a healthy community or taking up a productive hobby. Hence, this is my hobby. It says some consumers increased isolation. It says, think porn will make you feel more connected to people. Think again. It definitely won't make you more connected to people. Porn doesn't make you do that. It makes you more consumed with the addiction. It's an addiction. It's something, if you repeatedly do it over and over and over again, it's a routine. It's going to become a routine. It's going to take over your mind. It's going to take over your physical body. It's going to take over the receptors in your mind, saying, okay, did you do this? This is on your schedule. Pornography is on your schedule. So your mind is automatically attached to the addiction because you do it over and 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 over. And simultaneously, you are getting aroused by what you're watching and what you're seeing, because your peripheral vision is seeing, you're looking at the addiction. You're fantasizing about it. All of this comes into play. Listen. Harmed relationships. Partaking in pornography is a surefire way to hurt important relationships, romantic or otherwise. The partners of porn consumers often report feeling betrayed when they find out their partners spend alone time getting aroused by airbrushed strangers on a screen. And given that porn shows are false portrayal of what sex and relationships are like, a constant habit can lead to unrealistic expectations and feelings of inadequacy. Self-esteem and trust can also take a toll on a relationship, and while they can often heal over time, it's best to avoid this heartbreak in the first place, right? Okay, let's talk about the lack of intimacy. A common misconception in our sex-obsessed society is that porn can somehow increase intimacy between you and your partner. The reality is that pornography robs relationships of the genuine, deep connection needed to express intimacy with one another. Studies have shown that consumers who were exposed to softcore sexual material were significantly less happy with their partner's looks and sexual performance. Wow. Even a casual exposure to porn can make people feel less attracted to their significant other. What is so sexy or relationship enhancing about that? Wow. That that is definitely a lot to think about. It is definitely a lot to think about. Less attracted to their significant other. You become less attractive. You become avoidant to the fact that you have a significant other, you have a partner. You'd rather watch that on screen and watch other people perform sex and other fantasies or other ways to make themselves feel good instead of actually genuinely having a deep connection with your partner. Your partner can give you that. And if it ain't the right partner, then you're unequally yoked. That's a whole nother topic that I have to get into. Unequally yoked in relationships. That's a whole different topic that I'm going to get into. But I don't have enough time today to talk about that. But it says, industry executive couldn't care less. The porn industry pros continue to see massive amounts of traffic to their sites. So as long as people are buying the porn is cool toxic lie, they'll continue to pump out their false violent portrayals of love and sex. It is false. The addiction is false. It is a false portrayal of love and sex. You're not really showing real love and real sex. You're portraying the love and sex. You're believing in it. You're believing in something that is false. Something that is not true. Something that you'll continue to do. It's toxic. It's a lie. You don't need to do it. I've done it for years. I have completely stopped. Now I have completely stopped because it has not brought me happiness. It has not brought me energy. It has not brought me anything. Nothing. It has not brought me anything. All it has brought me is just sadness. That's why I tell people all the time, just because the person seems okay, just because the person sounds okay, just because the person is expressing on their facial expression that they're smiling, deep down inside, they're not okay. They're definitely not okay. They're definitely not okay. You can have the slightest person to have in your life. They could be the less person that you could have in your life. Then ultimately, you may fall in love with someone that is addicted to porn. Then if they're addicted to porn, if the significant other is addicted to porn, and you're in the process of denying and denouncing yourself of doing that, and you're telling your flesh no, and you're telling your mind no, and you're telling your thought patterns no, you're telling your body to physically say no, you're telling us that sin that we all don't want to mention, that is definitely a sin. We're telling that sin no because it's falsely a lie. It's toxic. It's toxic to your health. It's toxic to your physical being. It's toxic to your emotions. It's toxic to your mind. Because you're going to need your mind for what's coming right now. Focus on yourself. Focus on you. Don't focus on everybody else. I'm not focused on everybody else the rest of this year. I'm not. I'm not focusing on anybody else. I'm going to focus on me. Me, 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 me. That's it. Because I got to get me together. I got to see what I'm going to do about me. I got to worry about my soul. I got to worry about what God has for me. The purpose that he has put inside of me. And I'm still dealing with this, and I'm still denying my flesh of it. Yes, it's going to take some time. It's going to hurt. But can I do it? Yes. Because I know that there's something inside of me that is greater than what I'm doing in my flesh. Like I said, that your head and your heart have to make a connection with God, because God is the only one that is going to save you. The only one. Your money can't save you. Your house can't save you. Your mother can't save you. Your father can't save you. I don't care how many brothers and sisters you got in your family. They definitely can't save you. The only one that can save me is God himself. God himself is the true master of everything. I don't care what kind of circumstances you're going through right now. Worry about yourself. If it's other people that's in your life that's not supposed to be there, get them out of your life today. Start anew. It's a new month. Start fresh. Cut out all the nonsense. Cut out all the people that just hit you up time after time after time after time after time. Your focus need to be on you and you only. Y'all, I'm telling you right now, and I'm getting close to this camera because I'm spitting real facts. It's time to wake up. It's time to wake up. It's time to open our spiritual eyes and see what's going on in this world for real. For real. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care if you're watching this and you love me. I don't care if you unsubscribe after today. I don't care. But my main point and reason on coming on today was that you got to fight these demons in your mind. You're going to fight them in your sleep. You're going to fight them in the spirit, because it's a spiritual battle that's getting ready to happen. And we got to be ready. You better be ready. God called all of us. Every last one of us. Every last human being that's on the face of this earth. He called all of us to a purpose and to a plan. If you just now don't find out what your purpose is and what your plan is in this life, you better get it. You better go after it. You better take back those things that the devil stole from you. You better take them back. You better go in the spirit. It's time now to go in the spirit and take it back. I'm taking back everything from the devil. I'm taking back everything. I'm fighting enemies right now. I'm getting ready to go in prayer actually after this YouTube video. After I upload this YouTube video, I'm going into prayer for the rest of the night. No phone calls, no text messages. My Facebook got hacked on October 7th. I'm sitting here contemplating, do I want to get my Facebook back, or do I just want to shut off that Facebook media altogether? I'm thinking about just taking a break from social media altogether. I'll still have my Instagram, I'll still have my Twitter, I'll definitely still have my YouTube page, because I need to get the word out to the YouTube viewers that are on my page. But we need to figure out that this is not the time to be confused. This is not the time to be angry. This is not time to be hateful, but towards religion, towards color, towards animosity. This is a time where we need to come together as a unit, as a fellowship of the household and the kingdom of God. Y'all, we need to come together. There's a battle getting ready to come. I can feel it in my heart. I felt it when I woke up this morning. Something is coming. That song verse that says, I pray we'll all be ready. I pray we'll all be ready. I pray we'll all be ready when Jesus comes. I pray we'll all be ready. I pray we'll all be ready. I pray we'll all be ready when my Jesus comes. That is so prophetic. I've been singing that song for about a week. No lie, no cap. I've been singing that for a week long because we have to be ready. Don't y'all see the signs? Don't y'all see what's in front of us? Frankly, I don't care who be president. Biden, Trump, I don't care. We got to worry about ourselves. We got to make the change. We got to make this happen now. Something is coming. And I pray we'll all be ready. All right, y'all. I love y'all. I got to go. Thank you, Holy Spirit. I got to go. But in light of what I said, when's the last time you talked to God truly? We ain't been church. A lot of churches have been closed for months. A lot of y'all have stopped praying. Where are the intercessors? Where are the prayer warriors? Where are the prophets? Where are the bishops? Where are the teachers? Where are the reverends? Where are the rabbis? Where are the great ones that are supposed to preach this gospel? The gospel of Jesus Christ, the real word, the unadulterated manna from heaven, his true word that's in the book. We better be ready. Jesus not playing with us. All right, y'all, I gotta go. This video lasted 37 minutes, almost 40 minutes. I didn't realize that I was gonna make this long of a video. But if you watch this video through the whole 37 minutes of this video, I know your life is going to be changed. I know it. Start thinking about yourself. Start thinking about your spiritual journey. Start waking up. Open your eyes to what's in front of you. Because something is coming. And I pray we'll all be ready. All right, y'all, I gotta go. I love y'all. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Share this video. Share this video. Hit the like button as much as possible for this video. And I love you all. Y'all have a safe night. Be blessed. New month, new you. New month, new you, new strategy, new plan to execute the enemy. You have to execute him. The devil has taken over the nation, and he has taken over our land. But we that are the chosen vessels of the righteous kingdom of God, the ones that are truly called to Jesus Christ, will forever stand anyhow, and God will heal our land. All right, I gotta go. I love y'all. Peace and blessings to you. And I hope everybody have a glorious night.